on the practice ACP, it says Mr. Tomlinson asked for students to study the numbers shown. You have 6.71, negative 7.8, negative 22 over 3, 76%, 6 over 6 and 7/9, which list shows the numbers in order from least to greatest. Okay, you can use a highlighter or underline, it doesn't matter. I'll just highlight it in this case. So what we have here is we need to identify if it says least to greatest. Make sure you read what it says. It's not always going to be least to greatest, or in that case ascending order. It's not always going to be greatest to least. You just have to read it. Okay, again, just quick review: ascending's least to greatest, descending's greatest to least. Okay, just in case I change the wording on you. But if they ask for least, you're going to look for your negatives. I would circle my negatives because that's going to be our focus right now. So we have negative 7.8 and negative 22 over 3. I wouldn't worry about the other numbers just yet, okay, unless they get super specific and the answer choice is really close together. So let me look at this. So I have negative 7.8, that is in a decimal form. I have negative 22 over 3, that is also a decimal. Or no, also it is a fraction. So I need to change it to a decimal. So what I'm going to do is I take my calculator, put 22 over 3. The way I do that is I go in my calculator, I do menu or control, I hit the division key, it sets up a fraction, I make sure to include the negative, and I put 22 over 3. Once I plug that in, I hit enter. I'm going to get 6 point, not 6, sorry, it's going to be 7.3 repeated, and it's a negative 0.7 or 7.3 repeated. Now, I can go through my answer choices and know that if it was least to greatest, then my negatives start, that B is out and D is out. The reason being is they start with positive numbers, okay? But it says least to greatest. They could possibly ask you for least to greatest without negatives, but in this case they didn't. Alright, so negative 7.3. I have negative 7.3. I have, and I'm comparing it with negative 7.8. Okay, now here's where people run into problems. They think when they see a negative, for some reason, they just forget. Okay, the greater the negative, the smaller the number. So the bigger the negative, the smaller the number. Okay. What I mean by that is when you go on the number line, if you had a negative 3 and a negative 4 is smaller than negative 3 because it is a negative. So in this case, negative 7.3 is greater than negative 7.8. So that means the first number that should start us off is negative 7.8 because that is the least number. Again, the bigger the negative, the smaller the number. So the answer is A. So we're taking a look at question number 6 on the practice ACP exam. The first thing you can notice is this is a slope problem. That is a graph. It is going in a positive direction. So if we're using the formula or the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, we notice that the m is the slope. Any negatives will be eliminated then, so b is out and d is out. Next, what we could do is we have two options. We could take a and c, plug it in our calculator and see if the graphs match, or since the y-intercepts are both plus 2, we know it starts at the 2, we're just going to count up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. Again, I went up 4, over 1. I'll just clear that up so you can see that better. Again, up 4, over 1. That is 4 over run. Okay, 4 over 1 is rise over run. So you go up and then you go over. Okay, 4 over 1 can be translated to 4. Okay, so the answer is C. So again, 4 over 1 is how you can think of it, plus 2. That's it. This is question number 7 on the practice ACP. So we'll go ahead and read it. So Flynn is ordering t-shirts from all 8th graders at his school. T-shirts R Us charges $6.25 per shirt per, I like to put an X through it, with a one time is going to refer to a constant. We already found our coefficient with a variable behind it. Embroidery fee of $19. T-shirts Galore charges $4.75 per, if identifier coefficient, embroidery fee of $43. Which inequality can be used to find X, the minimum number of t-shirts that can be ordered, so the total charge of t-shirts or us is less than the total charge of t-shirts Galore. This question is asking me how would I set it up, not exactly how I'd solve it, because there's no end solve in this one. So this is actually easier then. So you're just going to read it left to right. So it's 625 is what they're saying. Okay, you put your variable, it's the coefficient in front of the variable, with a one-time embroidery fee of $19. $19, we're adding the 19. T-shirts Galore charges $4.75. And an X behind it, plus one-time fee of $43. Okay, and then we can stick in our less than symbol. So when you see less than, you can go ahead and just write it that way. Now 625x plus 19 less than 475x plus 43. We go through each one and we just see which one matches, exactly matches. It does not matter if they're flipped or manipulated in any way. They just have to have the x behind the 625, the x behind the 475. So A is out. You look at it and the 625x is correct, but 475 is incorrect. 625 is non-correct, and 625x plus 19 less than 475x plus 443 exactly matches this right here. So that is the correct answer. Question number 8 on the practice ACP. What this question is asking is which equation represents a line that passes through these 2 points. There's a couple ways you can attack this question. First thing you'll probably want to do is just go ahead and put a line through these 2 points if you feel inclined. It's not even necessary, but make it help you see it visually better. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get from one coordinate to the other. My coordinates were right about there and right about here. So I'm going to get from one dot to the other. The way I could do that is several ways. I find it easiest way to do this is to just get from there to there without a straight line. So you're going to do the rise over run. Remember, rise can go up or down. Run is going to go to the right for this instance. So I'm going to draw a line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure you're counting down, and then you're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So down 9, making it a negative, over 6. Okay, so down 9 over 6. So now there is no answer choice with those answers, but I know it's negative, so I can go ahead and eliminate A, and I can go ahead and eliminate C, because we like to eliminate answer choices. It increases our statistical chance of getting it correct. Now, what we have here is we have negative 9 over 6. We have an improper fraction. We also have the ability to simplify. Okay. Now, when we simplify, we're going to divide each number by 3. So 9 divided by 3, 6 divided by 3. And when we do that, we're going to get negative 9 divided by 3. Don't, if you feel like you need to use your calculator, always do it. You have it. Negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then you have your slope, negative 3 over 2. In simplest form, that's what they wanted it. You look down at your answer choices, they all have the same y-intercept or b, but we know that negative 3 over 2, our slope or our m, is negative 3 over 2x plus 3. Question number 9 on the practice ACP, probably the easiest problem on this whole practice test, but it still can stomp people because they change it up a little bit. They're not cute. They're changed them to boxes instead of long squares, and they changed to circles, but same stuff. You're just going to set it up so it has, you count the circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so there's 6 here. So it has x, so you have to have a coefficient of 6x. Then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe 8 here. Then you're going to put negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just make sure you count twice, just in case. Then you have 4x. Now it doesn't say plus or minus here. It just, if it's positive numbers, you just put plus. If it's negative numbers, you put your negative. Here you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10. Okay. You do go ahead and do NSolve when you do that. When you do your NSolve key, remember when you do NSolve, it's menu, numerical, it's algebra I believe, and numerical solve. You're going to plug them all in, everything in the parentheses, and make sure and put comma x at the end. That's where people make mistakes. And once you do that, out comes number 9 as your answer. When you fill that in, you put your 9 here. You're going to fill in the dot right where the 9 is. Clearly, not just like what I did. And then you can put 0, 0. And to be careful, if you want, you can put the plus. And then that's your answer.